really want to take him on that date. That's what
Yes.
Oh, okay. But good morning.
Good morning, everyone. You are all here today for first appearance. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You are here this morning because I need to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond its exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you are arrested on a warrant or new charge. Either way, you will given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine this morning whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you'd like to hire a private attorney or whether you'd like me to appoint the public defender's office. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the PD's office for you this morning. You are entitled to make a phone call. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Kelly Stett. Mr. Stett, can I have your date of birth?
9885, they said. That's what they said. Sound good to you?
Sounds good. You are here today for a violation of an injunction. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
I don't know. Why don't you make all the choices for me like you always do, baby?
Ooh. Appoint the public defender's office. You do not have an address, right, Mr. Stett?
A what?
An address?
No, I don't wear a dress.
All right.
He's just...
State prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. To start with, he has 2 prior convictions for violating injunctions against the same victim. In 2017, he has a battery and a trespass. In 2017, another case of criminal mischief. Looks like 2 of those.
Ooh, you talking about the past again? Get out the
In
past.
2012,
Sir,
a
shut your
failure-
mouth,
This
okay?
is today. This is
Mr.
right now.
Stett,
This is
Mr. Stett, I'm warning you, if you keep chatting like that, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court and you're not going to get out of jail for any time soon. Do you understand? Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. State.
2016, he has a contempt of court for violating an injunction. In 2015, he has a battery. 2012, he has a failure to appear. In 2010, he has a possession of marijuana, a possession of paraphernalia, a driving on a suspended license, and a fleeing to elude. 2008, he has a battery on a law enforcement officer. And that's all I show.
Okay. But there's been allegedly several violations of this same injunction, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to set your bond at $20,000. As a condition of bond, I'm going to order that you have no contact with your mother, and which means do not go anywhere next to her residence. In order to ensure that, I'm going to place a GPS monitor on you if for any reason you are able to be released from custody. That GPS monitor will be placed on you at your own expense, and we'll see you back to court on August 3rd at 9 a.m.
Who's going to pay for it?
Yeah. Kirsten Elfers. Just need a GPS order. Thank you. Ms. Elfers, can I have your date of birth? 1890. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All All right, Ms. Elbridge, you are here today for possession of methamphetamine, possession of hashish, possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. That's actually 3 counts of possession of paraphernalia. I did find probable cause for your arrest, State, other than her pending. I see she's got a pending charge. Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like in 2017 she had a fleeing to elude. In 2015 she had theft of cable. Looks like she was released from DOC in 2010, and that was based off of charges from 2010, which were possession of a controlled substance, sale of oxycodone, or possession with intent to sell or manufacture or deliver. 2010, we had a trafficking in heroin that was dropped, but there was, looks like that also included a violation of probation for an earlier charge. That was a, let's see, it was burglary of a conveyance, and then 2009 disorderly intox.
All right, Ms. Elbers, I have an address for you on Cortez Boulevard in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About 2 years now.
Do you have a job?
I'm supposed to start a job today.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep all the bonds on this case the same. So it's 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 1,000. The possession of paraphernalia is $1,000 each for 3 charges, and then 1,000 for the resisting. It's a total of $11,000. Okay. Typically speaking, because you have a pending case in front of Judge Merritt, you're out on bond on that case, and there's probable cause to believe you committed another crime, I would recommit you. I'm not going to do that today because I have serious concerns over the search and seizure in this case. So I'm going to leave that to the circuit judge, who will hopefully review this probable cause affidavit and make a ruling on whether that was an appropriate search before they do an RCO on you. So we're going to.
Because it wasn't my
Right,
fault.
don't say anything about the facts of your case. Remember when I said that part? I didn't ask you a question. Don't say anything. All right, we'll see you back to court on, I'm going to put this with your other case, on July 27th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Merritt.
Judge, is the PD appointed on this matter?
Do you already have the public defender's office on your previous case? Oh, I think she does.
No.
Oh, you don't. Who do you have? Do you have a private attorney?
I mean, yeah, I got a public defender. Yeah.
Okay, do you want the public defender in this case as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll appoint them on this case as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Melissa Kepner. Can I have your date of birth?
1178.
Okay. You are here this morning for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt and also a introduction of contraband into the jail. I did find probable cause on each of these things. Judge Merritt has set the bond at $5,000, $5,000, $2,500, and $2,500 on the charges that you failed to appear on. We're going to keep those the same, and we're going to set all your cases in front of Judge Merritt on July 24th. Do you already have the Public Defender's Office representing you on that case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you want them to continue to represent you on both of these cases?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that. We have the introduction of contraband into the jail facility. I'm going to keep that. Keep that at $2,000. and see you back to court on July 24th at 9 a.m., okay? And appoint the public defender on both. Dahlia Robello. Can I have your date of birth?
1/24/80.
What was it again?
January 24th, 1980.
Alrighty. You are here today for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are currently $2,000 and $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. Do they already represent you in your other case?
Yes.
Okay. And so you have an open case of 2018 CF 1347 because there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you're out on bond, and they are substantially similar crimes. What I'm going to do is recommit you on the 2018 CF 1347 case, which means your bond is going to be revoked on that case, and we're going to hold you in custody until these cases are resolved, okay? I'm going to keep the bond on this case at $2,000 and $1,000, and we're going to see you back on all of these cases on July 20th, back in front of Judge Toner. It's Judge Toner, right?
Yes.
So that's 8:30 in the morning on July 20th.
Ma'am, I just had a death in the family. Is there any way you can revoke the bond and just raise it?
Okay, those are two opposite things. No, I'm revoking the bond, and I'm recommitting you to the Hernando County Jail. You have drug charges pending. You went out and committed more drug charges, and I don't see any reason to allow you out on bond again. You're out on bond the first time, and you committed another crime. It's not going to happen again.
It will not happen again.
You're absolutely right. That we can agree on. Good luck. Stephanie Salinas Garrido. Can I have your date of birth, please?
3982.
You are here this morning for possession of cocaine, possession of controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia, and possessing counterfeit bills. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender?
Public defender. Is there any way you can reduce my bond?
Hey, we're getting there. Let me do my job. I'll appoint the public defender on each of these cases. State, is there a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. She was released from DOC back in March of 2017. Looks like that was on a possession of drug without prescription as well as a trespass. Most of her charges do come from Hillsborough County. She also
DOC on a possession of drug without a prescription.
I think there were a bunch of charges. All these were in 2016. So there was a theft of utility vehicles and a possession of controlled substance. Theft of utility services, 10,000 to less than 20,000. I think that's where the DOC came in. She also had in 2016 a grand theft, possession or use of anti-shoplifting device, false information to pawnbroker, and dealing in stolen property. 2015, she had a grand theft of $300 or less than $5,000. 2014, a failure to appear. In 2014, she also had possession of paraphernalia and possession of controlled substance. Plus, there was a trafficking that looks like it was dropped. 2014, a driving on a suspended license. 2011, some domestic batteries that were not proceeded on. 2011, DUI. And it looks like she's been to PTI a couple of times on different things.
Okay. All right, ma'am, I have an address here on Crest Hill Drive in Tampa. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
For a little over a year.
Do you have a job?
No, I'm disabled. I was starting a mobile spray tan company.
Okay.
Which one?
I don't know what that is.
That's popped up a few times this morning.
Okay, lovely. Okay, there we go. All right, do you have any family here in Hernando County?
Not in Hernando. Everyone's in Hillsborough County.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond. Count 1 is going to be $4,000. Count 2 is going to be $4,000. And count 3 is going to be $2,000. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office, and we'll see you back to court on August 3rd at 8:30 in the morning.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, as to the counterfeiting charge.
The counterfeiting is going to be $4,000.
Okay, thank you.
And we've also appointed the people on this case. So. And both cases are set for the same date.
I'm sorry, what date was that? I missed that.
Do you know why that keeps happening? Is there that message we're getting on there? You haven't seen it? Keep your eye on the TV screen. All right. Elizabeth Sweezy.
Okay.
Okay. What is your date of birth?
10/4/67.
Okay. You are here for disorderly conduct. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Yes, and also horses right now are in my house with people vandalizing it and stealing very important court papers and stuff. A lot of other issues. So I don't know what this was all about yesterday.
Okay. Well, the allegation is that you were out disturbing the peace, that you were under the influence of alcohol, and all of your neighbors complained that you were outside for several hours screaming and yelling. So that's why they had you arrested. But we're going to ask the state about whether you have a prior record, okay? State?
Your Honor, none of these charges show dispositions, but there's a bunch of misdemeanors. From February of this year, there was a resisting without violence and a trespassing. In 2017, there was a failure to appear. 2017, a false use of 911. 2017, a trespass, and then in 2010, another false use of 911. And they're all out of Hernando County.
Ma'am, do you live on Skylark Drive in Spring Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
It's going to be 9 years now.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, my husband also owns it. They're in the process of finding my husband right now.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I'm totally disabled.
Okay.
I need to go back to my house because this, which I told you is, and they already know, they're pawn shops and everything, and they're vandalizing the whole back of my house.
Okay.
And there's other horses working on this.
Okay. All right, we're going to see you back to court on this case on August 3rd. I'm going to set the bond at $500, and I've appointed the public defender, okay? So you might want to reach out to him as soon as you can.
Can I ask you, could you call the advisement for me because I got no phone number to give them?
I can't do that, ma'am. Maybe somebody else can help you out, okay?
Help me?
All
All
right.
right, have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Jerome Anderson Iovalescu. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. What's your date of birth?
7/19/1994.
All right. You are here today for resisting an officer without violence. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you, or is there an offer? Does he have a prior record?
He just has one thing from 2014, a violation of injunction.
Okay. Is there an offer for him to resolve it today?
Adjudication of guilt. Do 12 months of probation with an anger management course, 50 community service hours.
Okay. Jerome, do you want the public defender to represent you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll appoint the public defender's office. I have an address for you I don't have an address for you. Where do you live?
8062 Omaha Circle.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
We just moved in there a couple months ago.
You have a job?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't know anymore, but yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $100, and we're going to see you back to court on August 3rd, okay?
Thank you.
David Crawford. Can I have your date of birth?
8482.
All right. You were here today for a grand theft auto. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Your Honor, Mr. Crawford has a long history of similar charges. 2017 grand theft of a motor vehicle. In 2017, he failed to appear on charges. In 2017, out of Pasco, he had driving on a suspended license. It was a felony, as well as he failed to appear on that. In 2016, he had a trespass. In 2016, he failed to appear. In 2016, he had a possession of controlled substance without prescription. In 2015, he had a grand theft of a motor vehicle. In 2015, he failed to appear. 2014, he failed to appear. 2014, he failed to appear. 2010, he had a possession of marijuana and failure to appear. 2007, he violated his probation. And then he looks like he had something without a disposition out of Georgia in 2013.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on 23rd Street in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
2 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. I'm also going to order that you have no contact with Stephanie Marasco. And we're going to see you back to court on this case on August 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Nicholas Cunningham. Can I have your date of birth?
September 9th, 1979.
Thank you. You are here today for child abuse, domestic battery, and resisting an officer without violence. Currently, the child abuse and domestic battery are no bond pursuant to statute, and the resisting is $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Your Honor, the only charge I show is a marijuana charge out of Pasco County without a disposition in 2017.
Okay. Is that case still open? Have you resolved
No,
that?
ma'am.
Have you resolved it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I have an address for you on Gifford Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am, for 3 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a cook.
Okay. All right, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Jade and Christina Cunningham. Do not call them, do not write them, do not email him, do not have any contact with either of them whatsoever. If either one of them call you, you should hang up the phone. If you see either one of them out anywhere, you should turn around and go the other way, which means that they are both at the Gifford Drive address, then you can't go there. Do not have anyone else contact them on your own behalf. That would be third-party contact. Any way that you can imagine having contact with either one of them, I forbid you from doing so until this case is resolved, okay? I'm also going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case either one of them want to file a civil injunction against you. That way we know where to serve you. If they do file that injunction against you, read it very carefully. It'll be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from either of them, their home, their vehicles, their schools, or anywhere else where they may frequent. We're going to see you back to court on this case on August 3rd. I'm going to set your bond on the child abuse charge at $5,000, on the domestic battery at $1,000, and on the resisting an officer without violence at $1,000. See you back August 3rd. Sean Morrow. Sir, can I have your date of birth?
2/20/1973.
All right. You are here today for a battery on a person over the age of 65 and a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office, or are you going to hire somebody?
Public defender would be fine.
Okay, I will go ahead and appoint the public defender on each case. For the violation of probation, there's no bond on that, so we're going to keep that no bond. We're going to get you back in front of Judge Merritt on July 24th at 9 a.m. For the domestic battery, I'm going to set a bond at $5,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Russell Sendall. Do not have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Ms. Sendall, I forbid you from doing so. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you should hang up the phone. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case they want to file an injunction against you. If they do file that against you, I want to read it very carefully to be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from any of them. Or from her, sorry. And we'll see you back to court on both of these cases on July 24th. Someone from the public defender's office will be out to see you soon, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Did I get everyone at the jail? Yep. All right, thank you.